in all the years we've been in business, we've seen quite a few format wars. Starting with cassette and L cassette, and then DCC, and then VHS and Beta and Video 2000, and more recently, the music industry's sort of failure to engage with high definition music, with SACD and DVD audio. Both SACD and DVD audio and the other video technologies I mentioned, for their time, were very good technologies. It's not a technological question. At the moment, we're faced with 2, 3, or 4 high-definition video disc standards. And Microsoft's got something proposed. There's a China HD disc, HD DVD and Blu-ray. Meridian got involved because we're members of the forum, and we joined the Blu-ray group to make sure that the sound on HD DVD and Blu-ray could be as good as it could be. As you know, we were deeply involved with DVD audio. We developed MLP for that. There's a disc format. There are still discs being made, but there's not a big catalogue. But there's a format which can deliver losslessly the highest quality sound. 6 channels, 2496, 192.24, can encode everything that the human can hear. I think I'm not confused about that. I think that is possible. CD cannot encode everything the human can hear. So there is an important quality step. Our role in HD DVD and Blu-ray was to make sure that if one of these high-definition formats is to be successful, we wanted to make sure that the audio on it was perfect. And we managed to get MLP in both formats. In fact, Blu-ray goes beyond DVD audio because it has up to 8 channels of 192 24 bits. And HD DVD is also 8-channel audio, so that it can deal with 7.1 systems. That's great technically, and both formats have got a lot of very interesting technical features, including scripting, internet connectivity, and so on. Personally, I think that those sort of features are a pity. Because if you're trying to build something that has high quality, it's better to focus on the high quality. For example, if you see the specification, for DVD video, it's this thick, and it took the industry several years to learn how to make discs and players that were compatible with each other. Specification for HD DVD is like this thick, and Blu-ray is thicker, and the complexity is so high that it takes an enormous number of engineers to just produce the software for one player, and the disk authoring is very complicated. And to get all those systems interoperating, I believe, will take a very long time to have all the features used. More likely is that you end up with the sort of thing we've had in the past. Like, for example, let's go back to CD. When CD was developed, you may be aware there's a standard in CD. Ordinary CD is capable of having 4-channel audio. So there's a stereo version, a 4-channel version. Specification includes 4-channel. Because the first players didn't do 4-channel, nobody made any discs. But the specification has to carry this burden of the 4-channel specification with it. And eventually that was removed. And we've seen similar things with DVD video, where, for example, in DVD video, in the PAL territories, originally the sound was going to be MPEG audio. Do you remember that? And then, in fact, Dolby did a smart job and got AC3 in all the discs. But all the players still have to be verified for MPEG audio, even though nobody makes any discs. And there's a very similar problem with SACD and SACD and DVD audio, where the music industry, because they thought, well, yes, people will like high quality sound, but they also want features. They want features like menus and still pictures, and they want this and that and the other. You add in all these features, and then nobody puts them on the disc, but the players carry the burden, and the authoring systems carry the burden. And HD DVD and Blu-ray have the same problem. They've got lots and lots of features that were added because the content makers said, well, yes, this is high definition, but we don't think a lot of the market's going to care about that. They're going to care about the features and whether we can put cool games on them, or whether we can issue a disc for our convenience that has got the Icelandic soundtrack downloadable from the internet instead of having to make a special disc for Iceland and Nordic countries, you see. So these specifications are put together by committees, with everybody having their own reason for things. And often none of it has got anything to do with what the customer wants. We saw this very clearly with SACD and DVD audio, where the music industry kept on adding burdens to the formats without asking the customers what they wanted. And it was perfectly clear that what the customers wanted was an iPod and downloading music, which is a great pity because you know, if the music industry had focused on one format to bring high quality sound, I think that would have been better for the whole industry and actually better for the consumers. They weren't asking for it, but they would have liked it if it was easy to access. Now, the reason I have this whole preamble is that actually I think any format flies or fails on the basis of its catalogue. And with a format war, like with SACD and DVD audio, some music labels sat on the fence, some joined in half-heartedly. You end up with a very small catalogue. And if you haven't got a big catalogue, you haven't got anything. You know, audiophiles can sit around and get all excited about a few special discs. But at the end of the day, if there's a piece of music you want to hear, if it's not available in that format, what are you going to do? You're going to buy the CD, or you're going to download it. And another thing that we learned that was really important was that the shops that sell the discs, I don't know who they are in France, but in America or this country, it's like HMV and Borders and places like that. They don't want to carry many different versions of the same thing. They don't want the CD version and the SACD version and the DTS version and the DVD audio version. You know, they're not interested in that because it costs them a lot of money. And the same will be true of these high definition discs. These shops will not have a Blu-ray and an HD DVD and a DVD. And the only way a format can succeed is if everybody's together. There isn't a war, and the content makers make the discs and put a compatible disc and get it into the shop so people can buy it. And if there's not a wide enough catalogue, it's not going to make any difference. I mean, at the moment, DVD video is the most successful format there's ever been. It's the fastest growing, it's got tremendous penetration, it's got a long way to go. People like it. I think part of the reason they like it is it was so different from what came before. DVD, as compared to VCR, was a big step forward. You know, random access, you could jump to chapters, you've got a menu, and the picture quality was obviously better, and the sound quality. And the biggest feature, if you look at the surveys of what was the main reason people liked DVD, is that they didn't have to rewind it at the end. Right? So sometimes you can put together a format for what seem to be very noble reasons, but what the consumer likes is something quite different. And the reason I think that the music industry did what they did with SACD and with DVD audio is that they were concerned that the majority of people would think that the CD was good enough. That for 95% of the people, CD is so much better than LP. That's, by the way, Meridian's position. But so much better than what they had before. For the same reasons. Random access, you know, easy to use, doesn't scratch, convenient. Sound quality is good. So, you know, they had to think about things they could add. So they said, well, if we've got higher quality sound, well, that's okay, but maybe we better have surround sound as well, and maybe we better have pictures as well, to kind of make the product more interesting. And it isn't at all clear that that's what customers need or would like. They may just like better sound, or maybe they would just prefer their CDs to sound right. Now, so at Meridian, our point of view is that, as far as music is concerned, yes, of course, we support DVD audio. But the most important thing we think we have to do is to produce a sound from CD which is so good and so exquisite that the difference to high resolution is very small. And the reason we have to do that is that's where the content is. If you want to listen to, a Mahler quartet, you're not going to find that on anything but CD, and you can find many, many different versions of it. And that's where the music is. And if the music's there, that's what you're going to listen to. Unless you're an audiophile tweak and you just want to hear the same Chesky record again, or whatever it is or audiophile club recording. See, that's all very interesting, but actually, that's not how we want to spend our time. The same thing, I believe, will be true of high-definition disc. And this is a very subtle point, but it's an important point. Of course, high-definition video is better than standard definition. Of course it is. We all know that. But for the majority of people, with the way the majority of flat panel TVs and displays are designed and the video processing inside them, it's very difficult for them to tell the difference between a good DVD and a high definition broadcast. Sometimes because the panel will destroy the picture. Just look bad on everything. If you've been into a video shop lately, looked at, or sometimes because the upscaling of the DVD is so close to the actual received quality on high definition. That being the case, I believe that the majority of people, and I'm not talking about videophiles, not directly our customers, but below us, I think the majority of people are still very happy with the quality of DVD. And that's the biggest problem that the new formats have. That the DVD was a lot better than VCR. HD, yes, it's a bit better, but it's not night and day difference. And you've seen, the other side of the coin is, where's the catalogue, right? Catalogues in DVD. You've seen what we can do with a DVD. We can take a standard DVD and turn it into a picture that is, almost indistinguishable from high definition. Now, I don't know if you did the AB for the high definition version of Gladiator. You may have it, or maybe we don't have it anymore.
No, we didn't. The machine's back to the States.
Okay. And yes, there's a difference. The difference is very subtle, and you need a projector like this and a video processor like this to show the difference. If you come down to what do most people have, 50-inch plasma, 42-inch plasma, you try and see the difference between good DVD processing and high definition. It's not very big difference. And so for a lot of people, if they just buy the new disc, they'll think, well, that's nice, that's good, it's high definition, but it's not going to give them something very new and something to buy the catalogue for again. And therefore, I think, in the end, the content providers will struggle in a format war situation.